Now to some breaking news. President Trump just offered up a new ultimatum for Hamas and a deadline related to that deal involving Gaza and what happens with hostages and a potential ceasefire. Let's bring in Arvon Hilliard back with us now. What are we learning?
The president is giving Hamas a 6 p.m. Eastern deadline, D.C. time, this Sunday night to respond to the peace proposal that he and Bibi Netanyahu put forward earlier this week. Of course, setting a timeline here just raises the stakes. We know from a source that Egypt, as well as Qatar, have been working as mediators directly with Hamas. It is not clear the extent to which Hamas is engaged in any sort of a counter-proposal effort, or whether even, anything short of agreeing to the plan that was put forward at the White House earlier this week can even begin to be negotiable. But the president is very, very clear here, and I just want to read you part of it, in which he says that if they do not agree to this, that this is a moment here where they will have all hell to pay. This deal, it spares the lives of all remaining Hamas fighters. Essentially, he is saying, Hamas, you can choose here. You can leave Gaza, you can go find refuge elsewhere, or you can disarm, or else you are going to face, as he uses the word, all hell. Every country has signed on. If this last chance agreement is not reached, all hell, like no one has ever seen before, will break out against Hamas. There will be peace in the Middle East one way or the other. For some reference, he did use there will be hell to pay before he took office back in his inauguration against Hamas. Of course, we didn't see that. There's questions of whether that would include U.S. military forces or whether that would just be Israel's IDF continuing to wage the war. But it's been 3 years now. We know that there were a lot of points that were a part of this proposal that it would be tough to see Hamas agreeing to, including the idea that somehow this board that Donald Trump would chair would oversee the potential governing structure coming in. Yep. So there's a lot of questions here, but ultimately the president giving a very direct threat that in 48 hours, they must essentially agree to their plan.
Again, it's been 2 years since that horrific October 7th attack. Von Hilliard, thank you.